So whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, go and fucking do it. Your perfect time is right now. Let's go.
That means I'm moving. I made a few mistakes, but I'm improving. I'm human, but I've been making daily resolutions. I got to. You might do it different, but I'm not you.
Hey, Mark.
I'm self-made. I'm
Hey, Mark.
doing things that I
Mark.
was never taught.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hey Mark, the podcast where I, Mark, get to have open and authentic conversations around, mental health, self-development, self-worth, self-confidence, self-image. Basically, all the things that we don't like to talk about, the things that we don't want to be honest with ourselves about or speak about with other people. The reason I'm doing that is because I think that increasing the conversations and the awareness around these types of topics are going to help other people not have to suffer in silence. If we can normalize these types of conversations, I think that that'll put all of us in a better position. So if you're down with that message, feel free to follow along on this journey or tell some friends to join on with us. And also, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything that you want to hear me talk about, have me answer or anything like that, send in a video of you, saying, hey, Mark, and then asking your question, saying your comment or your concern or anything you want to hear my input on, and send it to me on Instagram, on Facebook, through WhatsApp. You can DM it to me. Send it to me on a carrier pigeon for all I care. Get your message to me. You can even text it to me or, comment it below if you don't want to send the video, but get me your questions and I'll answer them for you. You can find me on Instagram at M.dhenriksen. I'll put the spelling down here if you want to look it up and then send me your video, or you want to just follow along and see what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis. So let's jump into what it is that I actually wanted to talk about today, which is waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the timing to be right, waiting for your opportunity to arise. And so maybe you've been thinking about starting a new hobby. Maybe you've been thinking about starting a new side hustle. Maybe you've been thinking about changing your jobs. Maybe you've been thinking about, literally anything. A lot of the times you might find yourself in a similar position that I find myself in, which is waiting for the right time. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, and I'm sure that you probably feel the exact same way that I do, which is, this kind of mindset has held me back from a lot of opportunities. It's held me back from a lot of great things that I wish I could have done. I can't tell you how many things there are that I look back in my life and think, man, I wish I started doing this earlier, or I wish I even started doing this at all. There's so many times where I look back and think, fuck, I had so much time back then and I was waiting for the perfect time and now I lost it. I'm only 25. And so if I'm already feeling like that, imagine how many more times I'm going to feel like that for the rest of my life. And so you could probably feel the same. You probably relate to that quite a bit because I know I'm not the only one when it comes to things like that. But the nice thing is you could look back at all of those times that you regretted not starting something and let that motivate you to start something. For God's sakes, just start. And so examples of that are, since I was probably 12, 13, 14 years old, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I never did until I was probably 24, maybe 23, 24. But that took me 10 years to sit on that idea. There's so many other opportunities that I wish I took when I was younger, maybe playing an instrument better, maybe, putting more time and energy and focus into a lot of different things, whether that's saving money at an earlier age or just kind of investing in myself. I feel like I pissed a lot of the good years, quote unquote, good years of my life away. Obviously, I understand. I'm not trying to say that I don't have any more good years ahead of me. I think that this year is a good year for me right now. And I think that there's many good years to come, but I'm just trying to think of the perspective of, when you are waiting for the perfect time is just gonna pass you by and you're gonna run out of it pretty quick. Let's just be real and start to actually dissect what this kind of mindset is formed around. Obviously there's so many times where we have obstacles in our lives, things that are preventing us from doing the things that we wanna do. Whether that's the opinions of others, maybe that's, something that you're dealing with physically with your health, maybe you've got an injury, maybe you've got, some money problems going on, maybe you've got, some work stress. Maybe you just got out of a relationship and your emotions are just kind of all over the place, or, whatever the obstacle might be that is holding you back from doing whatever it is that you're thinking of doing. By the time that obstacle's gone, you're probably going to have at least one more. And that's if you're lucky, because most likely, if your life is like mine, things get more and more difficult all the time. And so, like I said, if you're waiting for, an obstacle to leave your life, you should probably quit that attitude, because by the time that obstacle is gone, you're going to have at least one more in its way. And so, since life is going to continue to throw these curveballs at you, and it's probably not going to end, and it's probably something you're going to have to learn how to deal with, take that as an opportunity to take those obstacles and start to develop new skills, start to develop, new abilities, new traits about yourself that you didn't know that you had before, or you didn't even think that you could develop. Every single one of these obstacles that is holding you back from doing whatever you want to do, I can guarantee you, if you try to overcome them, it will make you better at what it is that you're wanting to do. And they've been used to playing in a studio for so long that that's all they know. So when you get in there and you have the ability to record things at a higher quality and, with a lot less noise in the background, you're going to sound that much better than them. That's obviously a pretty loose, example of what it is I'm trying to explain. But what I am trying to say is that overcoming these obstacles that seem like they're stopping you from your goal are going to make you better at reaching your goal. And then because you're learning so much and you've acquired all this knowledge because you've been stopping all these obstacles in their tracks and destroying them for what they are, you're going to learn all these lessons, you're going to learn all of these skills, and then you're going to be able to teach them to other people. That's going to create a huge amount of value in you, because then all these people that have been, waiting around for their perfect time will see you, and they'll be coming to you for advice, and they'll literally need you. Maybe you just really don't feel like you're good enough to achieve these goals. Maybe your goals feel a little bit too far-fetched for you, and you've second-guessed yourself, and that self-doubt has started to pour in. But like I said, overcoming these obstacles is what's going to improve you, to make you better, to make you into the person that is able to achieve these goals. The only thing that's holding you back is yourself. And since the stars are never going to align for you, if that's truly how you feel, because that's how I feel sometimes, then sitting around and waiting for the perfect time is pointless, because there's no better time than now. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, go and fucking do it. Your perfect time is right now. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching this, listening to this, however you're consuming it. Thank you for your support, your love, and thank you for, being you. Now go out and do whatever the fuck it is that you've been thinking about doing. There's no perfect time other than right now. The best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. Let's go, baby. Get it.